All right, good afternoon. I'm Frankie Castile. We are coming to you live here. We are set up and we are about to begin our severe weather coverage. If you don't mind, real quickly, just let me know in the comments section that you can hear everything okay. We've got some big things going on right now that we're going to be talking about. We just got issued under a PDS tornado watch. That is a particularly dangerous situation. So we're going to go over that in just a moment. If you don't mind, just let us know that you can hear everything okay. There's about a 30-second delay from my headset or our audio to what you can hear. So just waiting for, there they go. Very, very good. So do me a favor if you don't mind, go ahead and tag some folks in this video. Let them know that we are going to stay live for a while. I've got my son Chance as well. He is watching radars right now. Chance, say hello to everybody real fast.
Hello.
All right, so very good. He is watching radars, and we've got that tornado watch that is in effect for the entire listening area. It is a PDS tornado watch. This will be the second time this month that we have had a watch of this magnitude, and the differences are anytime you have a level 4 or a level 5 tornado, or I should say, a risk area, they go ahead and issue the tornado or the big time tornado watches. And this tornado watch, and as a matter of fact, I'll read it to you real fast. By the way, tornado warnings that are in effect right now for Shannon County, also in Howell County and South Central Missouri. And there is a big area of severe storms that is off to the southwest. And those areas are going to, those storms will also be moving into the area. This tornado watch, by the way, it includes all of our counties in South Central Missouri, also Northeast Arkansas until midnight. The primary threats are going to be several tornadoes. A few intense tornadoes are likely. We're talking widespread damaging winds, isolated significant winds up to 80 miles an hour, scattered large hail, and isolated very large hail to 2 inches in diameter is all possible with these storms as they move in from the west. So, right now, our area is in the clear right now. However, we do have more storms that coming into the area as we speak, and that is what we're going to be watching here this afternoon. By the way, we are live on Facebook and on YouTube by going to youtube.com/River Radio PB. I will tell you that once these storms move in to the area, then we will also transition and we're going to be live on multiple radio stations. We'll be live on my radio station, Today's Talk KWOC. We'll also be live on Clear 94, Z95 The Bone, and Shuffle 92.9. So we did go on a little bit earlier than what we normally do, but here's why. It is because this is a big day. We knew that today was going to be a dangerous day. Chance and I discussed it in length, and we decided that we would much rather go live and have our radars going so that way you can see where these storms are, and we'll commentate along the way. And as soon as these storms get into the area, then we will for sure, be tracking all of these storms very, very thoroughly, and that's what we're going to be doing here this afternoon. So a lot of people right now, and I know I'm missing questions, so I'm going to switch over and I'm going to look at the questions. I know Chance is also looking at the questions as well. So let me back up a little bit. Right now, there's no warnings in our area. There are tornado warnings just off to the west of Carter County. I think the main bulk of this activity will miss most of Carter County, but nevertheless, we're going to be tracking it. We are, and of course, I am answering all kinds of text messages. So bear with me here. And youtube.com, Joey, it's youtube.com/River Radio PB. That is where you can find this broadcast on YouTube right now. Hang on one second here. We're going to be talking to We're going to be talking to several different officials here in Southeast Missouri, mainly sheriffs across various counties. We want to make sure that we are able to talk to these folks. And by the way, if you don't mind, just because the more folks share, the more folks like our post, it just gets reached a whole lot more. So if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that share button for us. And if you don't mind, tag folks in this post. We're not going anywhere. We are going to stay live with you on Facebook and on YouTube through the duration of this event. I had some folks come up today to the radio station, and I appreciate it. Some folks provided me Gatorade and water and whatnot. I've got plenty of water here for the afternoon, so we're going to get that going. We're going to be tracking these storms. I know, appreciate everybody who is tuning in here this afternoon. So let's get going here, and we're going to move over to the storms out in West Plains. I still think the times that we provided earlier here this afternoon, I do think that it's going to be about on target. We talked about from 2:30 to 4 in Ripley County and Carter County. It looks like that might hold together. It might be a little bit slower than what we first thought. We were thinking 3 to 5 p.m. also in Poplar Bluff to Greenville, down toward Clay County, Arkansas. That might be a little bit slower than first thought. So you can take all of those times, and I want to reiterate those times were just a time given to us by the Weather Service out of Paducah. So it's one of those. It wasn't a guessing game. It was just really, really. It was just really one of those things that they put all their models together and whatnot, and that's what time they come up with. So it's very, and they did say it's very likely you can take these times and you can move them back a little bit. So I'm pretty confident that we're going to move these times back a little bit. But like we said, there's so much going on, and this is a very dangerous storm system coming in from the west, and now the area is under a PDS tornado watch. If you remember, on March 14th, we were also under that same PDS watch. We're getting a new severe thunderstorm warning right now, just has been issued. This one is for Carter County. There it goes. So now we've got our first warning here of the afternoon. So we're going to go right into this severe thunderstorm warning for Carter County. Let's bring up the text here. I know Chance is back. Chance, I know you can hear me, and if you see something, make sure that you jump in and let me know. But here we go. Severe thunderstorm warning for Carter County. It is until 4:30 this afternoon. A severe storm was located along a line extending from near Mountain View to 8 miles east of West Plains. It is moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. Wind gust and quarter-size hail are reported with this storm. So that is what we have right now. It is our first severe thunderstorm warning. It is for Carter County in southeast Missouri. And right now, this storm that we are watching is coming out of Howe County, going into Shannon County, and then eventually will be making its way into Carter County. We'll just see if the storm system will, if they do eventually upgrade this to a tornado warning, or if they decide to leave it a severe thunderstorm warning. So that is the first that's the first warning of the afternoon. We do anticipate a whole lot more warnings to come into play. And what I'm doing right now is, while we're tracking these storms, if you know somebody who lives in Van Buren, if you know somebody who lives a Fremont area, also Birch Tree, make sure and let them know. By the way, other locations in this warning, they do include Fremont by around 3:45, Van Buren at 3:55. So we've got some time before this storm makes its way into the area. And what I'm doing right now is I am actually going to go ahead and probably break in on the radio side in just a few minutes. As soon if this does go if it does go tornadic, then we will definitely break in live on the radio side of things. But in the meantime, we're just going to stay right here with the coverage, and I'm going to go ahead and text the folks at the radio station as well, because they are awaiting me to text them. We have a If I have to break in, we have to break in. Hang on one second, folks. So once again, this storm right now it's making its way toward Carter County. Sorry, Chance, I sent you that text by mistake. There we go. Now I sent to the right person. So let's go ahead now and kind of track this storm a little bit as it continues to make its way in to from the west right now. So what we have right now is a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for the area. It's in Carter County, and this will be affecting Van Buren, also Fremont coming up. Fremont will be the first city or location to be impacted by this storm, and then Van Buren as it continues to move off to the northeast. These storms are going to be racing off racing off to the northeast. And I know a lot of folks want to know the times that these storms are going to make their way in. And it is, we talked about these times earlier on this afternoon. And, right now we're thinking between the initial times we were given by the Weather Service office out of Paducah, it was looking like it was going to be between 2:30 and 4 o'clock between, Donovan, Van Buren areas. It was looking like 3 to 5 over in the Poplar Bluff area, Greenville area, and then 4 to 6 as you make your way to the Dexter area, down toward Kennett, those areas. It looks like that the majority of these locations may be pushing that time a little bit farther back, but nevertheless, I think the Weather Service did a great job of getting us the information on these times, and they were pretty spot on so far with these predictions and the times. I know that we've got several deputies right now. One of the investigators for the Sheriff's Department, Richard Bruder, they are tuned in right now. I had Sheriff Mark Dobbs on the air this morning, and they've got a brand new app, by the way. So make sure, if you can, download their app. It is Butler County, Missouri on the iOS devices or the Android, and you'll be able to actually get weather alerts sent to your phone. Once again, the sheriff came in this morning talking about that, so we appreciate him. And I've got several folks here for the Sheriff's Department looking in right now, listening in. So we're going to track these storms. We are just getting going. We're getting some information now from the Weather Service out of Paducah, and we are going to we're tracking these storms out in Carter County. Right now, these storms they are still in Oregon County and the northern part, or I should say northern Oregon and southern Shannon County, still moving off to the northeast. Right now, it is a severe thunderstorm warning that is in effect for Carter County. Let's go ahead and let me switch radar sites here. I'm going to go to the Springfield radar sites just because out here between Shannon counties and Carter counties, it is very tough to get an accurate looking at the velocities and whatnot, because we are so far away from the radar site. Let me see if Chance, are you seeing any rotation? I know you got the same storms pulled up. Are you seeing any rotation right now in the storm around Mountain View heading toward Fremont and Van Buren?
I'm seeing a little bit of broad rotation in Mountain View right now, and the West Plains storm has a lot. It's
So yeah,
strong rotation.
so the what he's talking about right here, folks, is this rotation right here just south of West Plains. That is the rotation there. And you also said there was a little bit of broad rotation near Mountain View. Is that right?
Yes, but it's not a good visual. There's no radars.
It's
Really
kind of hard
good.
to see the
Pick it up.
rotation there near Mountain View. So we're going to watch that storm very carefully. And what I want to do here real quickly is we've got a lot of things here going on. I know we've got well over 1,000 people watching right now. We appreciate that. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna take our pictures away for just a minute here on radar, and I'm going to add the ticker at the very top of the screen. And the ticker on top of the screen, it just lets us know about the tornado watch that is in effect for the entire area. And that is in effect until midnight as these storms continue to move in from south central Missouri. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning right now. We've got plenty of rotation that is currently just south of West Plains. So we're going to watch that storm very carefully. Say that one more time, son. So now we've got a tornado possible tag here on this one. This one just issued a few minutes ago at 3:12, or make that 3:12, a severe storm located near Mountain View moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. This will be that same storm that's going to be impacting folks in Carter County. So even though right now there is no tornado warning in effect, that could change in a moment's notice. This is the same storm that is moving off toward the Fremont area and the Van Buren area. Currently, it is a severe thunderstorm warning. However, we could see that possibly upgraded. And if you look back to the southwest, a lot of these storms now are severe thunderstorm warnings. So we'll wait and see if we get anything to develop out ahead of this line. That's when we could see or could have some big issues in the area. That's why the Storm Prediction Center went ahead and put out a PDS tornado watch for the entire area because we could be seeing some storms that develop outside of this line. If that were to happen, that's when we would have some issues. I know Deputy Robinson in Wayne County, he is also out and about right now. He will keep us informed on what's going on in Wayne County. We appreciate him as well. In the video chat, let us know where you're watching from. I know once these storms cross into Carter County and Wayne County as well, then it's going to be a long afternoon. We're going to be very busy. Let us know where you're watching from. If you don't mind, if you haven't done so already, hit that share button for us. The more folks that share, the more folks that like the post, then more people can see it. And the Weather Service, I know, just now has extended that tornado warning from West Plains, and that's going to get very close to Carter County. And there is no signs right now of it weakening. And let's go ahead once again and let's put the let's yeah. So I'm just going to do the same thing right there. What are you seeing, Chance? You seeing the heavier rotation still around West Plains? So right here is where that rotation is, just to the south of West Plains. I know Deputy Robinson is also watching this storm as well. If this storm holds together, then it will be possibly impacting the western part of Carter County. So if you know somebody who lives in Carter County, make sure and you know make sure and tag them in this post. Let them know on a text, whatever you got to do to make sure they know that severe weather could be coming in their area. I know a lot of folks right now. Wendy is watching from Elsinore, Grandin area. We appreciate that. A lot of folks watching from just north of Van Buren and Elsinore area. So thank you so much for tuning in. And we are watching these storms as they move in to the area. This cluster near West Plains, it means business. So far, we've got no reports, I don't believe. We're going to check that real quick. Right now, we are indicating a 2-inch size hail. This is that same storm near West Plains. It is a tornado warned storm until 4 p.m. We're talking about 2 inches in diameter right now. It is located near West Plains. This storm is moving northeast at around 45 miles an hour. and that is the storm that is on trajectory to go ahead and get into Carter County. We are getting close now to this storm starting to get into Carter County, the first part of it anyway. And that is something that we're going to be watching very carefully as it continues to move in. I know back at the radio station, I've informed everybody at the radio station that we are live on Facebook and on YouTube, and they told me that they would throw it to us if need be. So we'll wait for them to kind of let us know here. The Weather Service office right now in Paducah, we are currently getting another update here from the Weather Service, so stand by. This is coming in from the Weather Service in Paducah. It is a severe weather risk update, real quick. A large cluster of severe storms continues across portions of south central Missouri and north central Arkansas. Other individual cells are beginning to develop across parts of southwest Tennessee. These cells are encountering an increasingly favorable environment for tornadoes and damaging winds. The cluster of storms in Missouri should move into southeast Missouri over the next several hours, and new cell formation immediately ahead of the line is possible. We talked about that a moment ago. And that's what we're watching. The cluster will then move east across the rest of the area later on tonight. The main hazards with these storms are going to be strong to potentially long track tornadoes, with conditions expected to be most favorable between the hours of 5 and 9 p.m. Widespread damaging winds continue to develop with these storms, and that's also going to be a big problem as well. So that's what we know right now. That came directly from the Weather Service out of Paducah, and we're going to keep monitoring these storms as they move in to our area. And right now, we are watching the storm getting ready to get into Carter County, but also we are watching down below that because there's nothing out ahead of this line, and that's what we're going to be watching if we get storms that develop out ahead of this main line. Then that means those storms indeed could potentially go severe, and more importantly, they could also, go tornadic as well. So we're going to switch. I'm going to go ahead and switch back over to the Memphis radar site only because I want to stay on the Memphis site here as it continues to load. It's going to look a little bit murky just because we're so far away from the radar beams, but as it gets closer to Carter County, it should start to pick up a little bit, and we'll kind of wait and see, what that looks like here coming up in just a few moments. The storm, I'm gonna for right now because it looks rather weak on the Memphis radar site. I'm gonna go back to the Springfield radar site, and right now or I should say, between Mountain View and Winona, those areas are getting pelted right now. Let me look at this story or this particular storm, and we're talking about half-dollar size hail reported in this storm between Mountain View and Winona. This one is tracking due more easterly than northeasterly. It will make its way into Carter County here very, very soon. So Fremont, your time to get to your safe spot is approaching as well. We're talking right now northeast at 45 miles an hour. We're talking Fremont in about 21 minutes from right now. And we're also talking about Van Buren coming up at 3:55. So Fremont near 3:45, Van Buren at 3:55 is where this storm will make its way into your area. We're going to keep watching it very carefully. Let me switch over here, and I know, Chance, you're watching the chat room as well. Are they saying anything about this storm as it enters Carter County? Are they watching any rotation? What are you seeing right now? So we're watching that very carefully as that continues to track off. It's about to make its way into Carter County. So we'll wait and see. West Plains right now is being hammered with a severe storm. Now, this is all so far, these tornado warned storms out toward West Plains. It is all Doppler radar indicated. Nothing has been officially confirmed that it has touched down. And of course, uh, that's good news. These are all so far. This is all just radar indicated. A new severe thunderstorm warning has just been. Let me go up a little bit because they're a little bit outside of the area, but I still want to talk about them a little bit. Severe thunderstorm warning has been issued. Also, this one has a possible tornado tag for Reynolds County until 4:30. 326, a severe storm was located along a line 20 miles southwest of Reynolds to 39 miles southwest of Garwood, or along a line about 47 miles southwest of Ironton to 63 miles southwest of Ironton, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. We're talking with this particular cluster, we're talking wind gust of 60 and quarter size hail. Locations include Reynolds, Ellington, Garwood, Centerville, also Lesterville. Those are the key areas in that cluster. Chance, what was you saying, my friend? Which one? Okay, so we're gonna watch that one. Oh, so yeah, they just updated the tornado tag for Carter County as well, and they're also talking about a possible tornado on this one as well. Would not surprise me a bit if we did see a tornado warning issued for Carter County. That is very, very possible here with this cluster of storms, and we're going to keep watching them as it moves in. If you know somebody in Fremont, you know somebody that lives in Van Buren, make sure and let them know a severe storm is heading their way. If you live in there, make sure that you seek shelter and get to your safe spot quickly. I know that a lot of folks of are on edge because of the storms that we've had over the last few days. I'm not sure why. Chance, we're not able to hear you as well. You may want to speak into your webcam in there, my friend. All right, there we go. I hear you. I hear you better that time. That probably was what it was. Probably because it was far away from his mic. So we have that PDS watch in effect, and so we're watching these storms as they move in. Looking at Looking at the Weather Service office right now, Winona, somebody asking about Winona. Yes, Winona right now is in the thick of this tornado warned storm. It is a radar indicated tornado. No new updates from that storm other than half-dollar size hail has been not confirmed, but Doppler radar has indicated that that is kind of where we are. Let me look at another source here real quickly as we get ready for this storm to make its way into Carter County. Yeah, I was reading those comments. I hope that's better. Chance, just say test for just a second to make sure that you're coming. You guys speak a little bit louder, son. All right, there we go. I heard you loud and clear that time. Hopefully, the folks watching on Facebook and listening, if they are listening on the radio, can hear you as well. So let's continue. If you don't mind, let us know if you can hear him a little bit. Um, just got to speak up a little bit. I these mics are very sensitive, obviously. So yeah, Kenneth will be in on the action. Right now, Ellington is about to get hammered as well. I know Ellington's about to get rocked. The storm coming out of Winona into Carter County, the northwest part of Carter County, it is it is coming as well. Let's see here. Looking for the Weather Service office. All right, we're going to continue here with our live coverage. Stay with us. All right, so went ahead and not sure what happened to his mic, but we'll try to figure that out here as we go along with our broadcast here this afternoon. I'm not sure what exactly. I'm not sure. Not sure why. Not sure exactly why that his mic is not working. So we apologize for that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and continue with our live coverage here. Severe thunderstorm warning now for Carter County here in southeast Missouri that continues. This storm is making its way out of Shannon County into Carter County. Also, we're watching a tornado warned storm as well. It is moving out of West Plains into Oregon County. Looking at the Weather Service office in Paducah right now to kind of see what they are saying right now with these storms, and they are watching the storm as it moves in to Carter County. Let's see what they're saying about this particular storm. The good news is it's not. It looks like the majority of this storm is going to move to the north of Fremont and Van Buren. However, we're going to stay on the air because we're watching storms near Mountain Home, Arkansas, that stretches all the way back down into central Arkansas. And those storms are going to be impacting our area. Okay, so let's see here. Nothing new right now with the storm in Carter County. So we're watching that one very carefully to make sure that this one is getting farther away from the radar site. So we're looking at rotation, and there is rotation just east of West Plains. It'll be right here is where that rotation would be. This is all Doppler radar indicated at this time, but that is where we are watching that storm. There's a new radar scan, and on that new radar scan, the rotation is still there. It is crossing into Oregon County right now. It is a Doppler radar indicated tornado. That one has a better chance of hitting at Carter County, and we'll see if that tornado warning is extended into Carter County or if they end up and leave it a severe thunderstorm warning. We'll see what happens with that storm. Nothing yet, no new updates from the Weather Service office in Paducah. So we're going to continue. I would say that if you live in Donovan, Van Buren, Elsinore, Poplar Bluff, do not let your guard down by any stretch of the imagination. These storms are just getting started. It is just getting started. So it's going to be a long afternoon for all of us. We are just getting started. One storm now into Carter County. Also, Reynolds County is also under a severe thunderstorm warning. That's a big storm getting out of Shannon County into Reynolds County. Let's see if there's any new updates here from the Weather Service in Paducah. And there is. This was about 4 minutes ago, or make that 7 minutes ago. At 3:30, a severe storm was located along the line, extending from Eminence to 9 miles north of Alton, moving northeast at 55 miles an hour, 60 mile per hour wind gust, and quarter size hail. With this storm, Fremont will be in Fremont in about 7 minutes from right now. It'll be there at 3:45. Van Buren still on track for 3:55 here this afternoon. And this is just the first wave of severe storms that is coming in to the area as we speak. We think we're going to get more storms as we continue to watch this afternoon progress. I know that I was reading a comment here a moment ago, and somebody said they can't hear the audio. I can hear the audio nice and clear here, so I don't think it's on my end. I'm not having any issues with the audio right now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the audio issue was on Chance's end. We're trying to fix that, but I do know that the audio, at least on the main mic, is working just fine. So hopefully you're hearing everything now. Hopefully that's the idea. Uh, yes, we did, Michael. We both ate right before the tornado watch was issued. So good deal. Thank you, Tim. I'm not sure what happened on Chance's mic. I may have to have him maybe turn it off and turn it back on again. I don't know. We will try to figure that out. I think the storm, the one they issued the warning on, could possibly miss Van Buren. However, the second part of this storm that is just east of West Plains, that is a different story. That is the one that we are watching very, very carefully as the rotation is literally right there along Highway 160. It is east of West Plains. Let me go back into it here. I'm going to have to switch radar sites because it is getting farther away from the Springfield radar. So let me go back in to this one's not going to be much better. I like to use the Memphis radar, but I may have to use Paducah for a while. Let me use Paducah on this one and see what it looks like here. It's going to look a little bit murky. It's only because we are so far away from the radar sites right now. That is the reason why it looks a little bit murky. The rotation is going to be east of West Plains, and you're looking at Highway 160 right now along that area just east of Van Buren. It's really, or I should say West Plains rather, it's really on the Oregon-Howe County line is where the rotation is located with this storm. No confirmations of any touchdowns. It is all radar indicator right now, but still, you don't want to let your guard down on this particular storm because it is entering an environment right now. Let's see here. Kathy says that Shannon County Emergency Management posted there was a tornado down in Alley Springs. So we have not heard that yet. The Weather Service, let me see here. Weather Service has not updated that storm since 312. We'll continue to watch that storm as well. That one is moving into the very northern parts of Carter County. It's also moving toward Reynolds County as well. Currently, it just has a severe thunderstorm warning on it. So we'll see if the Weather Service, if they decide to upgrade their warnings on the one from West Plains into Carter County, or if they decide to leave it just a severe thunderstorm warning as well. We're also watching storms that are to the south. I'm going to back out of here for just a minute, and you can see the warnings right now that is in north central Arkansas. That's what we're going to be dealing with here a little bit later on. And these storms, quite honestly, they could become even more strong as they continue to make their way in to southeast Missouri later on this afternoon and into the early evening hours. So let me go back to the Weather Service in Paducah real fast and let's see what they are saying about this storm in Carter County. Right now, nothing as of yet. They are still watching a strong storm in Shannon County as it continues to move off to the east northeast. And let me go over to Springfield here real quick. Let me go to Springfield and let's see what Springfield is saying. So they are saying that confirmed tornado. Where was that at, Chance? Oh, okay. So St. Louis that's the one he's talking about with a confirmed tornado. The one in Shannon County, this is from the Weather Service office in Springfield. This is along Highway 60 between Birch Tree and Winona. We're talking about hail up to 2 inches in diameter that is been confirmed according to the Weather Service office out of Springfield. And let's see if there is any other updates on the warning right now, the tornado warning anyway. And let's see here. Getting getting an update here from the warning out of Howe County and Oregon County. They're going to continue the tornado warning. So they just canceled the tornado warning for Howe County. It is now in Oregon County, so we're waiting for an update there. We'll wait to hear from the Weather Service office out of we'll wait to hear from them from Paducah as well as. So they just took down the majority of the warning right now for Carter County. They took that down except for the very northwest part of the county. And that's as of 3:42, so about a minute or so ago. At 3:42, a severe storms were located along a line extending from 9 miles northeast of Eminence to near Fremont, moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and penny-sized hail is being reported with this storm. Locations in this path, they will be around Van Buren at around 3:50. So in about 6 minutes from right now, that is when we shall see this storm entering the Van Buren area. However, we are also watching another storm that is in Oregon County right now. It is a tornado warned storm. It is a radar indicated storm. This was as of 3:40. Severe storm capable of producing a tornado was 13 miles south of Mountain View, moving northeast at 45 miles an hour. 2-inch size hail reported, or at least is expected with this storm, and it is a radar indicated rotation. So with this storm, it continues to move off to the northeast, and we'll see another big batch of warnings has just been issued to the south of Mountain Home, to the west of Cherokee Village. Those storms are where we're going to be watching. We'll watch these storms very carefully as they continue to make their way into our area. We do have that PDS tornado watch in effect as well. That's for the entire area until midnight. Now, it's not going to stay in effect until midnight. That's just because these storms are moving between 45 and 50 miles an hour. And we're going to continue to watch these storms. Right now, just one warning on the very northwest part of Carter County area right now. We've had some folks reach out from Donovan, also fair dealing. Nothing right now in your area, but there are storms making their way in as we speak. So you're not out of the woods by any stretch of the imagination as we watch these storms move in from the west right now. Getting some information from the Weather Service right now. Stand by, looking at see what they're going to do next here. It looks like they're going to continue to keep that severe thunderstorm warning for portions of the area for Carter County anyway. And we'll see if this tornado warned storm out of Oregon County, if it continues to make its way in. We'll see if they decide to possibly upgrade this warning as well. In the meantime, we're also watching a lot of storms to the southwest. You can see that on your screen. Right now, nothing for Williamsville, but this is all going to change over the next maybe hour or so. And that's when we're going to see these storms that start to make its way in. I know we have a PDS watch in effect for pretty much all of the area that will be in effect until midnight this evening. It is a PDS tornado watch, which means a particularly dangerous situation. Let me kind of make sure there's no new information. This tornado warning expires in about 12 minutes. So we'll see if Paducah extends or it's about to make its way at least into the Paducah area. And we'll see if they decide to extend the tornado warning or not. So if they do extend the tornado warning, then we're going to go wall to wall on all of our radio stations, including Facebook and on YouTube. We are just getting going. Going to be a very long evening. I know earlier today that we got word from the Weather Service office in Paducah that the Black River and Popper Bluff, it is expected to reach major flood stage by Sunday, or make that Saturday evening, Sunday morning. And we're talking, it is very likely the river could possibly get to 21 feet. And if that were the case, that would be a huge thing. So we'll have to wait and see how that all pans out. But in addition to these severe storms, the other big issue is the potential of seeing some major flooding in the area. So we're going to watch that here coming up today. We're going to watch all of that as well as we continue. And we're going to try to get our, not able to get that, not able to get that layer there, but that's okay.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I'm going to wait and see before we get going again. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Thank you, Dee Dee. We appreciate that very, very much. We're watching some tornado warned storms to the south of our area near Memphis and Blytheville area. That's going to be missing most of our region, thankfully. But we still have an environment where these storms are moving in. I think you can be okay. Good deal. So I think they can hear you now. So what I'll do is I think I know what happened. I'm gonna go ahead, and I think I know what it is. So in order to hear Chance, I'm gonna leave him and me on screen. So Chance, you're good to go now, my friend. That's what it was. I pushed the wrong button. My bad. I apologize. There you go, Chance. So tell me what you're seeing right now on radar when it comes to the storm out in Oregon County as it makes its way in to Carter County. Rotation wise, are you seeing anything on there right now?
No, I do not. I don't know. I don't see any rotation so
Okay,
far.
so no rotation right now. That's some good news as we wait to see what the Weather Service office does from Paducah. You're
They're gonna let
welcome.
it
I
expire.
appreciate that. Go ahead, Chance.
They're gonna let that tornado warning expire. I
Okay, so they're
bet.
going to let it expire, and we'll see if any warnings are issued for Carter County. So is what we'll kind of put this in your hands, our viewers right now. So if we don't have a warning, I think we will have another warning coming up for Carter County. I have a hard time believing we won't. Let me let me see what the Springfield radar looks like. These storms out here in south central Missouri, they're just so far away from the actual radar sites. It's hard to pick up sometimes. I do think we'll have another warning issued for Carter County at some point. Right now, the very northwestern part of the county is under the gun right now, and at 3:42, we're still talking about this storm to be around Van Buren coming up. It's actually in the Van Buren area right now, according to the latest information from the Weather Service. But even I don't think the bulk of that storm is in Van Buren at this time. I think it has slowed down just a little bit. The tornado warning, it looks like, Chance, has gone away for Oregon County, and we're just waiting to see if Paducah goes ahead and extends that severe thunderstorm warning or not.
It looks like the line is kind of weakening
Well, that's good
as
news.
talking right now.
So we'll see if we'll see if there's any actual redevelopment or not. So we're going to look at there's some more storms coming in from Chance. If you can on your radar, look at the storm just southwest of West Plains. That's going to be the next batch coming in. It's going to be near Bakersfield. Uh, are you seeing any rotation with that storm southwest of West Plains?
I'll look real quick.
So while he looks at that, he'll let me know.
It's too far from the radar.
Okay, so
So
we're
I
still
don't
looking at that. But it does look like a strong storm coming once again back into southern Howell County. Once again, these storms will be impacting Carter County. Also, maybe have a new tornado warning here that's about to be issued from what I'm being told. Let's see if,
Where at?
well, let me go back to the Weather Service here.
I probably see where.
Do what now?
I probably see where Ellington. You
It
think?
might be Reynolds County. We're waiting. I'm getting
Oh,
information from the Weather Service here to see what they are talking about here. They haven't talked about anything yet on that storm that's coming into Carter County. Van Buren is about to be getting some wind gust. Also getting some wind gust and getting some heavy rainfall coming into the Van Buren area. The good news is right now these storms, they are behaving. They're not no tornado warned storms as of yet. However, it is very early in the afternoon and we're talking, in the Piedmont area, you're looking at about another hour or so before these storms make it to your area. We got to really watch what's going on out ahead of this line. If we get any storms that do develop, they will not only rotate, as you can see on your screen, down toward the Jackson, Tennessee area, also near Memphis. If we get storms that start to rotate, then that is when that we're going to have some issues. Right now, we are not getting those storms out ahead of the line, but that can change at any given moment. So we're going to watch that very carefully. Van Buren right now is going to see some strong gusty winds, also some heavy rainfall as well. Tiffany's saying some rain and wind in the Ellington area right now. And yeah, you guys are right there in the path of that storm. The heaviest part of the storm is going to be just to your north. So that is the good news right now in Ellington. Should miss some of your area. So we'll wait and see here what Paducah does. We're also watching a cluster of storms that is just to the southwest of Carter County, Ripley County. All those storms are severe thunderstorm warnings right now. Nothing tornadic at this time on those storms, but those will be the next ones that'll be impacting our area as we are approaching the 4 o'clock hour. Let me look at this. Let me look at this tag here. This one's until 4:45, 60 mile per hour winds. This one is in Shannon, Oregon counties. We're talking 60 mile per hour wind gust, half-dollar size hail. Locations include Winona, Birch Tree, Alton. So I would expect another possible warning to be issued here for parts of the area, Carter County, possibly even the northern parts of Ripley. And then the main line is coming in from south, or I should say north central Arkansas. That will be what we have to watch very, very carefully as these storms make their way in to the area. Looking to see if there's any more updates here from the Weather Service out of Paducah on the storms. Haven't seen anything right now. And we're just getting going, so this is gonna be a very long afternoon. We knew that today was going to be one of those days where, where we were gonna have to be on our A game and ready to go because not only do we have the severe side of things, but also as soon as we get through with the severe aspect of all this, that is when we start to get the potentially heavy rain where we could see some significant flooding and not just in one area. It's going to be in a lot of places. So talking to the Weather Service earlier today, we were talking about the river stages in Current River, also Black River, St. Francis River, and it is expected if we get the rain we're anticipating, it is expected that these the rivers will go into a major flood stage. The Black River has already been classified as could be a major flooding stage by Saturday evening. So you're looking at a potential 20 foot rise in the Black River between now and Saturday evening. So that's very, very significant. And I know that our EMA director is watching it. Our city EMA director is watching it, as well as the chief of police and our Butler County sheriff as well. Ellington right now, the northern parts of Ellington is really getting hit hard right now. The northern parts of Reynolds County near Centerville, that is where a big time storm is making its way into the Iron County area. It is still just a severe thunderstorm warning right now. Nothing tornadic with it. There was a new warning issued for the Howe County area. This is until 4:45. 358 severe storms were located near a line from 11 miles southwest of Willow Springs or 10 miles northeast of Ott, moving 6 miles, or make that moving northeast rather, at 55 miles an hour. We're talking about strong wind gust and quarter-size hail with this storm, and that pretty much covers the entire county of Howe. I will tell you, I think honestly that this is just the beginning of these severe storms. I do think that there's the potential that these storms could be stronger when they move in to our area, just because the area is so unstable right now. We're going to be watching it very, very carefully. We've got a tornado warning also that's been issued for the very southern tip of Pemiscot County. That is with that storm. And it looks like right now, let me switch sites for just 1 minute because Pemiscot County is in our area. It is in one of our counties here that we watch heavily. So right now, the storm looks like it's going to miss the majority of Pemiscot County. So we'll go back to the storms out in the Springfield radar site. We'll go back to those and we'll look at those here. We'll watch that storm that could be impacting the Boot Heel, but really it looks like that the majority of that storm is going to stay to the east of Pemiscot County. Poplar Bluff right now is in a tornado watch. It is a PDS tornado watch that is in effect until midnight tonight. Right now, there is no warnings in our direct area, but I don't think I'm going to pull the plug for we're going to stay with it because we do have other storms that are going to be coming into the area. Chance, are you looking at the storms out in north central Arkansas, just east of Mountain Home? Looks like those storms possibly have gotten stronger over the last 5 or 10 minutes.
I'm seeing a little bit of broad rotation.
So we're seeing some rotation, some broad rotation with those storms in Mountain View, or I should say, just east of Mountain Home, rather. Sorry, not Mountain View. Yep, Christy, Pemiscot County is under a tornado warning. However, I think that storm is going to miss the majority of Pemiscot County. I don't think it's going to affect. We're watching that storm on radar right now. If it does look like that it will impact Pemiscot County, we will break through. We'll break from this, and we'll go right into that storm that is in Pemiscot County. While I have you with us, I will ask you to, if you don't mind, if you haven't done so already, hit that share button, tag folks in the video chat, and let them know. Make sure and like this post and share the post. And we want to reach as many people as we can. We're going to go ahead and just stay with our live coverage here, just because even though there's no warnings right now in our area, that can change at a moment's notice. And we want to make sure that we're on the air and we want to bring you this live coverage as it happens. Right now in Poplar Bluff, really all around the area, there's severe thunderstorm warnings now for Madison County, Iron County, just to the north of our location. We're watching the storms in north central Arkansas as well. And that's what's going to make its way into our area coming up here very, very soon. And Chance, if you have something, feel free to jump in at any time. I'm going to check the NWS chat room real quick. Want to make sure that we're not missing anything. Here we go. As this is from Justin Gibbs, one of the lead forecaster here, and he was talking about storms in southeast Missouri. Lots of unstable air to go around. So a lot of unstable air in southeast Missouri that these storms will have to work with. So when these storms come in from north central Arkansas, that is when our main threats will begin, I believe anyway. And right now, they're all severe thunderstorm warned right now. We're watching the one in West Plains. It is a strong, very strong storm. It is going to make its way into Oregon County, and eventually it'll make its way into Ripley and Butler County as well. Starting to rain right now in Van Buren. I can see that on radar. There's no warnings right now in your area. We're also watching a tornado warning for the very, very southeast tip of Pemiscot County. And it looks like that supercell, it will miss pretty much all of the boot heel of Pemiscot County, which is very good news. So we're going to watch. We're going to kind of relax here for just a minute. Not too much, though. We're going to relax here just a few moments for the next round that comes in here this afternoon across southeast Missouri. Right now, we do have that PDS tornado watch. It is in effect for all of the area, and it'll be in effect until midnight. There's a lot of questions coming in. We're going to miss a lot of questions. Don't mean to. I know a lot of folks have questions on timing, and depends on where you live. Van Buren is getting some rain right now. Ripley County, I would say it looks like within the next hour or so, hour and a half to 2 hours between Carter, Butler, Ripley, even Wayne counties, and then the Boot Hill, Dexter, or I should say Stoddard County rather, those areas will be a little bit later. Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that a lot. One thing that I was going to say, we haven't talked about Oxley, Naylor, or Fair Dealing at this time. There's no storms in those areas right now, but there will be. I mean, you guys will get some storms. It looks like, Chance, that the storms in north central Arkansas, it's all been taken down for right now, which is very good news. So right now, there are no warnings in north central Arkansas, which is good news. We don't have any warnings right now across our area. So we'll keep it here. We're not going to go anywhere. We're just going to let this radar play out here for just a moment. So you're not going to hear. Do what now?
Go to the Memphis radar.
Okay. Let me go to.
And we're getting storms to pop out like before the line.
All right. So let me switch over here to the Memphis radar site here. And let's see here.
Those are moving towards us if they stay together.
I'm on the Memphis site here. I don't see any storms that are
south of Jonesboro. You got a tracker on one.
Oh, okay. I got you now.
I see it now. Okay. If they stay together, they can hit us.
Yep, I see it now. So yeah, there's some stuff starting to form out ahead of the line. We were afraid of that. We thought that could happen. So we're going to wait and see if that does pan together, if that does hold. Right now, it's in no danger of our area, but with the environment that we're in, a tornado warning has just been issued, it looks like near Fredericktown, just to the north of our area. So these storms, as they make their way in, they can rotate at any time. There is a lot of instability in the air. So we're going to watch this very carefully here. Remember, we got this live on Facebook and on YouTube. It's on YouTube by going to youtube.com/River Radio PB. And I had not even checked the YouTube. I do apologize for that. Now I'm on it. We've got about 200 right now watching on YouTube. So thank you guys for watching on YouTube. If you want to watch on YouTube, it is youtube.com/River Radio PB. So what I'm going to do for just a moment is, at least on my end, I'm going to leave your mic unmuted. I'm going to mute my mic for just a moment. All right, sorry about that. I was
Can you
talking
see that
to
tornado
my
warning?
manager. I see a tornado warning has just been issued, Chance.
Yep.
So let's go right into the tornado warning. Just to the this one's going to be affecting. Now this one, if it holds together, this one is going to be affecting the Ripley County area, Carter County area. Let's go right into this. Is a radar indicated tornado. It is for southeastern Howe County and south central Missouri, also western Oregon County and south central Missouri until 4:45. At 4:09, a severe storm capable of producing a tornado is located 8 miles south of West Plains, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. Locations do include Koshkonong, also Grand Gulf State Park, and West Plains. It is moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. It is on track to make its way into Carter County. So this will be the next storm that we're going to be watching very, very carefully. And I know a lot of folks are still, if you want to watch this broadcast on YouTube, you can go to youtube.com/River Radio PB. youtube.com/River Radio PB. Right now in Elsinore, you're going to get some rain, maybe some thunder, but nothing severe right now. But we are watching a tornadic storm that has just went tornadic. It is in the West Plains area right now. It is for Oregon County and Howe County. And there's also a big cluster of storms that's in north central Arkansas that has also went severe thunderstorm warned. And by the way, that tornado warning that was in effect for Pemiscot County, the very eastern parts of Pemiscot County, that has been taken down. I thought that was going to happen, as I thought the bulk of that storm was going to miss Pemiscot County. So the Weather Service office in Memphis has decided to go ahead and take that storm or take that warning down for the time being.
You know that storm that I was talking about south of Jonesboro just got a tornado warning.
Sure does. Yep, the one south of Jonesboro has also went tornadic as well. And these are the ones that we got to watch here that might form outside of this line that will have a lot of fuel to work with. So even though right now I know it's not storming in a lot of our area, it's not raining in about 90% of our area right now. We've got some big time storms coming in, and that's why we decided to go on early and give you as much advance warning as you can, as we can give you right now, so you can see the radar for yourself and know where these storms are and how far away they will be before making their way into your area. Now, once again, I'll remind you that once we start getting tornado warnings, we will break in live, and we'll be on the radio as well as on Facebook and on YouTube, and we'll be tracking these storms as they continue to move in. Right now, looking at our latest numbers right now on YouTube, we've got over 300 right now on YouTube. So make sure and let folks know they can watch this broadcast on Facebook and on YouTube. Once again, a big shout out once again to our good friends Nathan Maurer at PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialists for sponsoring our broadcast. Without them, we would not be able to do this broadcast. You're getting a kind of an aerial shot here of all these storms, and you can see it for yourself that we've got a lot of tornado warned storms right now. So we're going to wait and see as this line moves in from the west. That's what we're going to be watching out for. Thank you so much, Miss Lisa. Appreciate that. Thank you, Morgan and Steve and Macy from the Chamber of Commerce. Also, a big shout out to my son, Chance, who, as you can see on camera, he is watching radars very carefully. I try to give him some water, but he wanted Coca-Cola. That's what he wanted tonight for whatever reason. So that's okay. He's working the phones, working the radars as well, and he'll be interrupting us anytime he needs to let us know what he is seeing on radar rotation-wise. Currently, right now, we are watching no warnings in our area. However, we do have a pretty significant storm that is to the east now of West Plains, and it'll be moving its way in to Carter County, also getting into Ripley as well. So I would say within the next hour and a half, Poplar Bluff is going to be experiencing some of these storms. And right now, there's just nothing out ahead of this line to stop these storms from possibly maybe gaining some strength. I hope I'm wrong. That would be the best opportunity or the best case scenario for us to be wrong. But I don't think that we're going to be wrong on this one. I think that we're going to have quite a bit of severe weather here tonight, this evening into the early evening hours. So hopefully that we're wrong, and I would love to sit here and tell you that we were completely wrong, but I just don't know if that's going to happen. My good buddy Mark Woodard, he is tuning in right now. He is watching from his basement. So thank you so much, Mark, and hopefully you don't have to be there all night. That's the plan. Hopefully these storms will weaken somewhat, but man, there's just so many tornado warnings right now. They're going up everywhere. So we'll wait and see how this line progresses. Chance, or have you seen any other rotation with these storms out near West Plains and as they move in to Oregon County?
The West Plains storm has weakened a little bit, but still a lot of rotation with it.
So weakening a little bit, but still showing rotation as it moves in to Oregon County. Let me see if there's any updates. I don't think there is, not yet. So we'll wait and see for the Weather Service in Springfield to adjust and let us know what they are seeing. In the meantime, I'm going to go over to our chat room here, and I'll go right into Springfield and see if they're saying anything about that storm. And let's see here. So nope, nothing new on that storm. The last post was at 4:09, so about 9 minutes ago. Other than Rachel from the Springfield Weather Office says that the tornado warning for Oregon County and Howe County is concerning but so far, no tornadoes confirmed with this storm. So that is good news.
Can you go to the velocity and
I
see what
can,
you think about it? I
I
think
sure
it's
can.
getting stronger, but I could be wrong.
So let me go. Let me I'm gonna go to let me go to the Memphis radar site for just 1 minute here. And let me see if I can see any. So let me go. I was looking for rotation. That is the West Plains, Springfield. So I would say the rotation in this storm, just went, it got a new radar scan, so it kind of went murky there for a minute.
I
We'll have to
think
wait
by
for it to rescan.
I think just west of West Plains or east.
Just east of West Plains is where
Yeah.
the rotation possibly is with that storm. We'll let it get a new scan on it, and then we'll redo that again. Right when I was about to go in and look at it, it gave a new update there. So we'll wait and see what the newest update shows here. Looks like just to the east, northeast of South Fork is where it looks like that rotation is with the storm. So if there is a tornado, it would be right there, and that is getting right there on the Oregon and Howe County line. So I would say that if you live in Oregon County, just north of Thayer, also, Alton as well, these storms are making their way into your area. And eventually, if they do hold together, which I believe they will, it's going to be impacting also Carter County and Ripley as well. And we're waiting for, you're looking at the storms, or I'm looking at these storms that are north of Cherokee Village right now. There is no warnings with these storms. However, I will tell you, they look to be getting pretty strong. They look to be getting pretty strong. So we'll wait and see. Right now, Bluff is okay. Doniphan's okay. The Boot Heel, even Wayne County for the most part, although you guys might be getting some rain here shortly. But right now, nothing severe. There is a tornado warning that is to the west of Fredericktown right now. That is outside of our area. There's also that tornado warned storm that we're looking at south of Jonesboro. I do think the main line will catch up with it before it gets to our area. But in the meantime, what we are watching is these storms coming in from the west and southwest. Going to answer a message here that I've got about our YouTube feed. Somebody wanting to know where to find it. So let me look over here let me go back to the weather service out of Springfield to see if there's any updates. So far, no updates on the tornado warned storm as it gets ready to cross into Oregon County. I'm going to go back over to the weather service office in Paducah as well. And let's see what Paducah is saying as well. Nothing as of right now. We've got 5 different screens that we're looking at right now. Lots of severe thunderstorm warnings and tornado warnings just outside of our area, but we do think these are going to be coming into play here this afternoon.
I was just thinking, I think the storms are not breaking through the cap yet
You might be right.
because the dew points are very high for this. So
We'll wait and see if we see any kind of development here out ahead of this line. I know the storms that are just to the south of our area, which is near getting close to Batesville, Arkansas. Those are very strong as they continue to push off to the northeast. We've got to watch out ahead of that to see if we get anything that develops. It's very possible we could. It's very possible that we could. The tornado warning that was just well south of Jonesboro has now weakened somewhat. It's no longer posing a tornadic threat. But what is causing a tornadic threat is moving in to Oregon County as we speak. And that's the ones that we're going to have to watch here as we continue here this evening, this afternoon and evening. Let me
I'm
look
not
at
seeing much of rotation.
Let me. Yeah, not showing much in the way of rotation right now on these storms. Yeah, I don't see any rotation now with the storm that is in the West Plains area. So that's good news. No rotation there, so we'll wait and see what the Weather Service office decides to do with those storms. If they decide to go ahead and drop the tornado tag, if they decide to continue it, these storms are now knocking on the doorstep of southeast Missouri. Several warnings along the line. Candace, I don't have any issues. I don't have any issues on our end so far. Sure, we can do that. We can go ahead real quickly. Let me switch to the St. Louis radar site. We're going to go up toward Fredericktown here and let it load here. There we go. So this is for the tornado warned storm now that is moving in to at Madison County. Let me look at the rotation on this storm to see what we have here. And that was kind of murky there. Let me try something different here. So that's the storm right now. Let me look at the tag here, and nothing has been updated since it was issued. It was a Doppler radar indicator rotation, quarter size hail. Here is the locations for the tornado warning. Those are the locations. Looking at several different things here. So this is a radar indicated tornado. Let me look at, going to adjust one of my screens here to see if let me look here. There we go. Had to go to a different radar site here to see if, looking at the rotation, nope, no rotation, not seeing much rotation on that storm in Fredericktown. It is radar indicated, but as far as actual rotation in this storm, not showing much right now. New Madrid right now is in the clear as of right now, but this is just the beginning stages of these storms. We are just in the beginning stages. That storm near Fredericktown is probably dropping at least an inch size hail. Probably dropping an inch size hail, I would imagine, some gusty winds. So it looks like there's been an update here to the tornado warned storm. As of 2 minutes ago, they're going to continue the tornado warning for northwestern Oregon County. At 4:26, a severe storm capable of producing a tornado is located 12 miles northwest of Alton or 14 miles southeast of Mountain View, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. Locations will include Thomasville and Rover. and that's in Oregon County. Once again, moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. That is in the northwestern part of the county. And really, you look at the storms, and really, there's storms from all the way to the north to the south in Oregon County. That is on the doorstep of Carter and Ripley counties. So we're going to stay here. We're not going. We're not going to. We're not going to go anywhere. And I know a lot of people are asking, is it going to be as bad as it was on March 14th? Hopefully not. So far, the answer is no. So far, these storms are behaving pretty well, but we still have a long way to go as these storms continue to move in from the west. We'll wait and see. Hopefully it is, we're not going to have, rough weather here tonight. We'll be able to get out of this one with no issues, but you never know. Sometimes Mother Nature likes to throw a curveball, but right now everything is holding the way that it should. We're watching a couple of storms right now just off to our west, and that is something that we're going to be really watching out for. Right now, there's nothing imminent in Poplar Bluff, Donovan, Fair Dealing, Brosley, Fisk, Culin, all those areas. Chance, if you don't mind, well, hang on one second here. Another tornado warning has just been issued. This one is South Central Shannon County and South Central Missouri and Northern Oregon County at 429. Severe storms capable of producing a tornado was located 12 miles northwest of Alton, 14 miles southeast of Mountain View. This storm is moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. Locations do include Thomasville, also Greer, Birch Tree, and Winona. So that is what I was afraid of, as this storm now from Mountain View down to just east of West Plains. So now we're going to really watch this storm as it's on the doorstep of Carter County. Before we track this storm, Chance, you were talking about the cap earlier. These storms, are they starting to possibly break through this cap? Is it still there? What do you think? What are you seeing?
Well, I'm seeing the cap is still there in place. They have not broke through the cap.
Is it a strong cap or is it weakening?
Weakening cap.
Okay, so it's a weakening cap right now. We'll see. We'll see if it continues to weaken. But right now, our main concern, let me see if there's any rotation with this storm that is entering Oregon County.
It's sloppy. You can't
I
really
was going
tell.
to say, yeah, it's pretty sloppy. It's hard to tell because these are so far away from the radar sites. Let me go to a different site here. If I can pull it up on a different site and it does show rotation, I will make sure that we show you that. But let me see if we can get a better sense of this storm. And let me look at, so I would say there's a little bit of rotation just south of Birch Tree, just south of Highway 60 there. Let me go back into it here and see if we can pull it up on this velocity. It's going to be just south of Birch Tree is what we were seeing on another radar site. Let me see if I can pull it up here. It's kind of murky here. So it's too far away from the radar site, but there is a little bit of rotation there with this storm as it continues to move off to the northeast at around 55 to 60 miles an hour. Dylan, right now it looks like, I was going to say they were weakening, but the Weather Service just, upgraded Oregon County to a tornado warning storm. So it is possible that on some parts of this line, it is strengthening as it moves in from southwest Missouri, or south central Missouri, I should say. there is a possibly weakening cap here along the line as it comes in, so we could see more. Shelly, it is youtube.com/River Radio PB. youtube.com/River Radio PB. That is our YouTube area that we have our sports on, and we're doing our weather videos right now as well. We want to make sure that we keep that going as well. Chance, are you seeing anything right now that that the folks need to know about?
I'm looking at the storms in Memphis.
Do what now? Say it one more time.
I'm looking at the storms in Memphis, and they're actually weakening a lot.
Okay, so the storms north of Memphis starting to weaken. The ones that we're watching right now along our line, we do have the one tornado warning that's in effect. And if it holds together, it looks like, let me just track this out here, because even though there's no
Oh, look
warning
at the rotation on there.
on which one, son?
The West Plains, or Mountain View and Winona.
Okay.
It's actually gotten stronger.
Sure has. So right here is what we're talking about, the rotation right here that is coming in along the Highway 19. It is to the south of Winona. Let me kind of zoom in a little bit so that way you can kind of see this. It is south of Birch Tree, south of Winona. That is the rotation that he is referring to. So if there is a tornado right there, is where it would be. Right now, there's no confirmations, just radar indicator right now, but this storm is strong. What I wanted to do is I want to back this out here. I want to get the exact speed on this storm at 55 miles an hour. And what we're going to do is we're going to track this storm out. I want to make sure that we track this out at 55 an hour. And let's see here. So Van Buren, it would be in Van Buren at this speed at about 26 minutes from right now. Let me put this in the area of the camera so that way you can see it. It would be in Van Buren in about 26 minutes, would be in Fremont in about 16 minutes, Hunter in about 34 minutes, Garwood at 35 minutes. If it holds together in Elsinore, would be in Elsinore in about 40 minutes from right now. It's moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. So we'll see as this storm continues to hold together. This one could be our first big storm of the afternoon as it continues to move on to the northeast at 55 miles an hour. So we tracked it. Let's go ahead and track the velocity on it. Still showing rotation chance. It looks like just west of Highway 19, south of Birch Tree and Winona, getting closer now to the Carter County line. Is that what you're seeing?
Yes. I'm actually watching Cherokee Village. There's a storm about to go to Thayer. There's actually a good rotation on that storm too.
You say the one in near
Cherokee
Thayer?
Village. Yep.
Yep, sure is. I see it now, just south of Thayer. So
You might have
we're
to go
watching.
Little Rock radar.
Yeah, Little Rock radar. So we're watching these storms as we're getting closer now to our western counties.
Also, the cap is broke.
It looks like it is starting to break for sure. Let me messaging one of our local sheriffs here real quick. There we go. All right, so let me look and see here real quick. Let me Let me look at something here from the Weather Service. We'll let Chance kind of track that storm there. If you see any more rotation, let me know. I would expect more warnings to be issued farther south than what we're seeing. Right now, nothing from the Weather Service office out of Paducah. They are watching the storm in Oregon County very, very closely. So we know we have a little bit of rotation right now. We have a little bit of rotation.
If you want to go to the storm at Thayer before it does another update, you can get a good scan on it.
Okay, we can do that one here. That's going to be
Springfield radar.
we're on the Springfield radar. So let me look at that here and see. Yeah, right here near Salem is what he's talking about is right here, just northwest of Cherokee Village. That's going to be coming in on the state line. So we're watching two areas. One is a warned storm, one is not. We are watching the one in north central Arkansas. We're also watching the one in Oregon County. And that's important because that one near Cherokee Village, it's not warned on yet. It is not warned on yet, but that just means that it's getting stronger, and we will see if the Weather Service ends up issuing any kind of warnings on that storm. If they did, that would more than likely affect the southern parts of Oregon County, could even affect Ripley County as well, and that's something that we're going to be watching. The cap that he was talking about, Leanne, and also Amanda, there's a shallow layer of warm air, and that's what he's talking about. Is that erodes away, these storms are able to get stronger as they move in to this environment. We had a cap here earlier today. It's kind of like a lid. It kind of holds down the storm activity, but now it's starting to lift and break a little bit, and we thought that was going to happen, and that's what it looks like, at least right now. It is starting to do that actually. So now we're starting to see some of these storms as they move in, kind of getting stronger now, especially out in Oregon County, south central Missouri. So we're going to stay here. We're just going to be here, the rest of the evening, and we're not going to go anywhere. Remember, if we do get tornado warnings in our viewing area, our listening area, then that means that we will go live on the radio as well, just because we want to make sure that we can inform as many people as we can. Let's see here. Let's see. Thank you, Miss Coretta. She's in St. Louis and pretty ugly up there right now. Thank you so much. Got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Carter County in southeast Missouri that has just been issued. This one is a possible tornado tag along with it. It's in effect until 5:15 for northwestern Carter County in southeast Missouri. At 4:40, a severe storm was located along a line extending from near Birch Tree to about 8 miles southwest of Winona to 9 miles north of Alton. It is moving northeast at 70 miles an hour. We're talking right now wind speeds of 60 miles per hour. It'll be in Fremont in about 4:40, or make that 4:55 in about 13 minutes, and it'll be in Van Buren at around 5 p.m. So that is our newest severe thunderstorm warning. It would not surprise me if this one could possibly be upgraded to something a little bit more. Charlene, yes, if we start getting tornado warnings, then we'll be live on Clear 94, Z95, my station of Today's Talk, KWOC, and Shuffle 92.9 as well. So let me look at the velocity on this storm, and I tell you what, Chance, it looks like it is giving a new update, but it looked like before that new update took over, there was a little bit of rotation still with that storm.
Yes, I agree. I
So
don't
we're
have a
going to
good radar on it. I don't have a good visual on it.
Yeah, I don't either. It's kind of murky right now because it's kind of getting a new scan. So we'll wait and see if that scan, when it comes together here. In the meantime, what I do want to do is I want to go right to Paducah here and kind of see if they.
I look at it now. Look at the velocity now.
All right, let me look at the velocity here, and let's see what we got. So yeah, it looks like a little bit of rotation coming into the between Birch Tree and Winona. It is still west of Highway 19, and it's not too strong, a little bit broad, but still there, enough to be concerned about. There's also a very strong storm that is moving to the south of that area in Oregon County as well. Let
It
me
only has
see.
a special weather statement on it, not a severe thunderstorm warning.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a little bit of rotation to the north of Cherokee Village. It's getting close now to the Arkansas Missouri state line. There is a little bit of rotation with that storm. No warning on it as of right now. You did say there was a special weather statement on it.
Yes, not a severe thunderstorm warning.
What's the special weather statement saying on that storm?
Let me go back on
Okay.
it. It
While he
just
gets on
says 50-mile-per-hour winds and pea-sized hail.
what was the wind speeds on it?
50.
50 miles an hour and pea-size hail with that
Yes.
storm. So we'll watch that one as it looks like it's getting stronger as it makes its way onto the Missouri-Arkansas state line. Right now, we don't have any updates on the storm in or getting ready to be in Carter County. We're going to track it though. We're going to stay on this storm because it is coming into Carter County here on the west side of Carter County. It'll be impacting Fremont and Van Buren. Those hissing sounds that you hear, that's on Chance's computer. He's got something when the alert goes off, that's what his sound is. It sounds like a fizzing machine on a soda machine, I guess. So this storm is coming in to Carter County as we speak. Still looking at some storms off to the south as well near Batesville, some pretty strong storms as it comes up from north central Arkansas. Weather Service not really showing much right now on this storm as it comes in to Carter County. So far, Carter County has been a couple of warnings that so far this evening or this afternoon so far. Nothing major as of right now, but we are watching a tornado warning that is looking as if it's going to make its way into the western parts of Carter County. So waiting for new updates coming in from Carter County as well. Thank you so much, Michael. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, about almost 400 right now watching us on YouTube. Glad to have you alongside. We've got Facebook going. We've got YouTube going. If we get tornado warnings for our area, we'll be live on the radio as well. We'll break into live programming. It's going to be a little while on the Kennett side. So we're going to wait and see here as this storm, it's about to make its way in to Carter County right now. Let me kind of zoom in. Let me see if there's any updates here. We're talking about a possible tornado tag. Northwestern Carter County until 5:15. Still looking at Fremont in about 8 minutes from right now. Also Van Buren in about 13 minutes. That'll be when this storm makes its way in. I'll tell you what, though, that storm chance making its way into southern Oregon County, it's got a hail core on it now as well. So we're going to have to watch that one very carefully as it gets ready to make its way into the southern parts of Ripley County as well. Let me turn the velocity on here and see if we can see any rotation with these storms. And looks like a couple of areas of a rotation one just to the south of Winona, about to get into Carter County, and the other one right there on the state line as it gets ready to make its way into Oregon County as well. One of these storms is warned on, the other one is not. But I will bet you that the southern end of this storm will probably see a warning coming up very soon on the one from southern Ripley or southern, probably looking at a possible warning on the southern Oregon County side, just like the one on the northern part in near Winona. It's about to cross over into Carter County. It is right there on the Carter and Oregon County line and Shannon County line as well. So nothing right now affecting Poplar Bluff. There's a little bit of rain going on in Wayne County, nothing severe right now. The main threats are going to be right there near Winona, getting into Fremont and Van Buren. Should be in Fremont here in about 6 minutes, and then it'll be in Van Buren in 11 minutes. But we're watching a pretty strong storm that is in southern Oregon County. It is not warned on yet, but if you know somebody that lives in Ripley County or Carter County, make sure they know that severe storms are heading their direction as we speak. So they did take down some of that warning. So let me go ahead and go back into this one. So a tornado warning continues at 4:49. A severe storm that was capable of producing a tornado was located near Winona, or 16 miles west of Van Buren. It is moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. Locations include Winona in this storm, and that is the tornado warning that is in effect right now for the northern parts of Oregon County, Shannon County. It is to the west of Van Buren. Currently, that area is under a severe thunderstorm warning. So we'll wait and see kind of how this all evolves. If we get any more warnings to pop up here on screen, the severe thunderstorm warning for Carter County, it is currently in effect. It's going into the Fremont area in the next 4 minutes. It'll be in Van Buren coming up before the top of the hour. Michael, we live in Ripley. Look, I go back to that. We live in Ripley, Carter, Oregon County line. Yep, Michael, we're seeing that right now as this storm is on your back doorstep. It is crossing in to Carter County. We're also watching a storm that is also on the southern part of Oregon County as well. So we are watching that storm. Let me see here. Let me go to one source here. There we go. I'm trying to let me go back here. There we go. All right. So let me check my rate. Let me check my other source here. Let me look at the weather service here in Paducah, and let's see what they are saying here about these storms that are coming into Carter County. Nothing as of right now, so we'll kind of wait and see how this all pans out. But we've got some strong storms that are coming in from the southwest. Don't let your guard down, even though most of our area right now is not under anything. That does not matter. I can assure you that we're going to be impacted here coming up over the next couple of hours with several opportunities for possible severe storms. Hopefully it doesn't. I'm hoping that the severe weather threat kind of moves away from us, but you just never know. Had to get some water there. Sorry about that. Kind of surprised there's no warning in effect for southern Oregon County just because of that storm that we are watching. Right now, the storm is in Carter County along Highway 60, getting into the Fremont area. We are on YouTube by going to youtube.com/River Radio PB. youtube.com/River Radio PB. That is our YouTube link. And right now, we're over 400 folks right now that are watching live on YouTube. Glad to have you guys alongside. Also, over 1,500 watching right now on Facebook as well. So we're about 2,000 in devices here that are signed in. So watching a very strong storm now in southern Oregon County. And I'm going to look at the Springfield. I'm going to look at the Springfield weather chat service and kind of see what kind of see if they are saying anything about these storms that are approaching our area. So this one at so this was 5 minutes ago. They're continuing it, still moving at northeast at 55 miles an hour. So nothing new there. That was the last update. So that's the last update that we have. Nothing new on the southern end of the storm in Oregon County. Carter County has a severe thunderstorm warning in effect on it with a possible tornado tag. And looking at the rotation, not really rotation per se, but there is rotation in the southern part of the county, but there's no warning on that part of the storm. So I'm going to message Paducah here and see what they are thinking on this storm as it comes in to Ripley County. We'll see what they are thinking right now, what their plan of attack is on this storm as it gets ready to make its way into Ripley County. So we'll wait and see kind of. So Christine's watching these storms very carefully. She is letting us know that their office is watching the storms right now in the county, also the storms in northeast Arkansas. And these storms very well could get stronger as they continue to move in to southeast Missouri. So that's kind of what I was thinking that was going on. Glad that somebody beat me to the punch on that. So right now the storm is in Carter County in the northwestern part of the county. It is moving through Fremont right now, getting closer to Van Buren as well. Should be in Van Buren here in about 3 minutes, if that. It might be even a little bit sooner. Watching the storm as it gets ready to cross over, I might go ahead. I think I will. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the Memphis radar site because it's going to get out of Springfield. And I know it kind of looks murky, but when these storms get closer to Ripley County and then Butler County, then we're going to see these storms come into better focus as they move out of the Springfield radar site. I'm going to go back to that for just a little bit, only because of the severe thunderstorm warning for Carter County. We're still watching a pretty significant storm. Still looking at a significant storm in Carter County and a pretty strong storm that is actually in Oregon County as well. No warnings on that one just yet, but I would expect that could change coming up here in a mere matter of moments. A lot of warnings in north central Arkansas. That's going to be the storms that we're going to be following going to be moving in. Right now, the storm is over Alton, just south of Alton, between Thayer and Alton. Still not a warning on it as of right now, but it is a very strong storm. The storm has pretty much, the tornado warned storm has pretty much moved out of Oregon and Shannon counties. It is now in Carter County, should be in Van Buren in the next 2 minutes. And right now, we don't have any confirmations of anything other than some strong winds and some very heavy rainfall. I'm going to look at maybe seeing some rotation, maybe a little bit of rotation that is literally a new warning just popped up as soon as I said that for southeastern Oregon County. So we're going to track that one as well. This one just popping up literally in the last couple of moments. So here it is. It is a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Oregon County until 5:45. At 4:58, a severe storm was located along a line extending from near Alton to about 9 miles northwest of Dalton. It is moving northeast at 60 miles an hour. Locations include Couch, Greer, Myrtle, and Alton. And that is that storm that we were watching in southern Oregon County. It does have a little bit of rotation in that storm. It's broad rotation, but still. And we've got the severe thunderstorm warning as well for Carter County. That one is moving. It's actually in the Van Buren area right now. There is no tornado warning in effect, which is good. It is just a severe thunderstorm warning. So that means as this storm continues to push off to the east northeast, that means it'll be impacting the Donovan area coming up. It'll be impacting also possibly fair dealing, Oxley, and fair dealing. So this is the storm that we are watching right now. There's two of them, one in Carter County in the northwest part of the county, and then the other one is in Oregon County as well. That one we are watching for the possibility of seeing some very strong winds, also some small hail as well. So we'll continue to watch that storm and bring you the latest as it becomes available. The hail core with the storm that is, let me look at that hail core that is in Oregon County right now, because that one looks to be pretty significant. It's not as much as I thought. I thought there would be more hail in that storm. Not yet, anyway. At least the radar's not picking it up. So we're going to watch that one very carefully. So nothing right now is not showing a lot of hail, at least on radar right now. But you can see a small hail core with that particular storm. So we'll wait to see as that one continues to move northeast at 60 miles an hour. And by the way, these storms will be racing as they continue to move in to the area. Let me zoom out just a little bit here. You see all these storms to the south. That's what's coming into our area. So everybody who is wanting to know, the window is now starting to close in on Ripley County, Carter County, Wayne County, Butler County. These storms are just now moving in. We do have a level 4 and a 5 right now in our area for the possibility of severe storms. Right now, we have just the one warning in Carter County, and really, there is a strong storm in Carter County. It is starting to make its way. The severe part of that storm is making its way into Reynolds County. Let's see, Suzanne letting us know there is thunder right now in Ripley County. Appreciate that, Miss Susan. So far, these these storms are behaving. Oh, my good buddy Dave Light sending me a picture of the sheriff and I back in the day, Sheriff Dobbs and I, a long time ago. Long time ago. He's watching us right now on YouTube, but glad to have you alongside. So it looks like right now you should start to see or hear some thunder coming in Ripley County. That is going on for sure. We've got we've got these storms as they make their way in. Let me switch to the I'm gonna switch to the there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the Memphis radar site. I want to as these storms continue to move in from south central Missouri. I always have the best luck here on the Memphis radar site when they do move in. Let me look at the rotation here and see if there's any rotation. Just a little bit. There is some rotation. It is about 160 there. It is just southeast of Alton. It will make its way in to Ripley County here very shortly. So we'll see if this continues to be a severe thunderstorm warning or not. It is about to make its way in to Ripley County, about to be on the county line. Let me see if the Weather Service, and they haven't mentioned this storm yet. Doesn't mean they won't, just means as of right now, they have not mentioned this storm yet. It is going to be getting into the warning for Carter County. It has been trimmed up quite a bit. At 5:03, severe storms were located along a line extending from 11 miles southwest of Ellington to 9 miles west of Garwood to near Van Buren. It is moving northeast. It is racing off to the northeast at 65 miles an hour. Let's see the looks like the remainder of this severe storm is going to remain over rural parts of northwestern Carter County. So that is good news. Now we will turn our attention. Reynolds County does have a severe thunderstorm warning, but now we're going to turn our attention to the storm out in Oregon County. It is making its way into Ripley County. As of right now, no warnings on this storm, but it is getting closer to the county line. And let me look at one area here to see there's just a little bit of rotation southeast of Alton still. So a little bit of rotation. It's broad right now. It's nothing major, which is good news. So far, these storms are behaving quite well. We've had no tornado warnings in the area, and we hope that continues. As of right now, we've had no tornado warnings in our area. Getting a text right here from the Weather Service in Paducah. They are currently watching the storm in Oregon County as it moves in to Ripley. The atmosphere is unstable, but right now, everything is holding together like it should, which is good news. We might get lucky on this one altogether, or we might not. You just never know, unfortunately, with the way these storms are moving in. Waiting for the warning here to see if they extend this warning or not. We're gonna have want to have Chance here check the dew points, so that way he can let us know what the dew points are right now as these storms come in to our area. Let me, as soon as he gets the dew points all pulled up, he'll let us know. We'll bring him back on camera here.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you loud and clear. So far, just the one warning right now, just a very small part of Oregon
68 in
County.
Poplar Bluff.
What is it in Poplar Bluff?
68 in Poplar Bluff.
68 in Poplar Bluff. So that's what our dew points are right now. Are they a little bit warmer in Ripley County or about the same?
63.
Okay, so a little bit warmer over here in Bluff for the time being. So the storm that was prompted the warning in Carter County, it is moved out of Carter County. And right now we are just watching one lone storm right now in the area, and it's about to move in to Ripley County as we speak.
Do you cover Hayti?
We do.
There's a storm by itself right
Sure
now
is.
that
It's
has a hook on it.
just near Hayti, getting into about to cross over into Tennessee. Right now, no warnings on that storm. We'll watch it very carefully. 68, Tabitha, is not good. It's very, very humid outside, that's for sure. The higher the dew point, the more humidity is out there, which means these storms can feed off of that. But right now, we're not having that happen. They're not, luckily, we have not had a lot of storms that have developed ahead of this line, which has been, very, very good news. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning, though, that just popped up. This one covers it's got a possible tornado tag on it. It is southeastern Carter County and southeast Missouri. Also, it is in northern Ripley
Oh
County,
my.
southwestern Wayne County, and northwestern Butler County until 6 p.m. At 5:08, severe storms were located 7 miles northwest of Gatewood or 20 miles northeast of Thayer, moving northeast at 65 miles an hour. We're talking wind gust of 60 miles an hour. Also, we're talking about quarter size hail. And here are the locations in this storm. We're talking about Budapest, also Gatewood, Hunter, Williamsville, Milltown, Poplar Bluff, Elsinore, also Grandin, Briar, Handy, and Donovan. These are the locations, rather, that is in this storm. Once again, southeastern Carter County, northern Ripley County, also southwestern Wayne County, and northwestern Butler County in southeast Missouri as well. Those are the locations that we are watching right now. It does have a possible tornado tag with this storm.
I
And
see
as we
this getting tornado warned.
do what now?
I see this getting tornado warned.
We'll see. Let me look and see if there's any rotation with this particular storm. There is. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, Chance?
Yes.
There is rotation right there, folks. If you're watching us on YouTube and Facebook, it is about to come in to the Ripley County area. It is just east. It's along Highway 160. So we'll be watching that storm very carefully. And that one is about to come in to western Ripley County. If this storm holds together, it will be impacting the city of Poplar Bluff. So let's go real quickly and let me get into the chat room here with the weather service. So, and we're getting this from several different outlets. Seems to be wrapping up tight west of Donovan. That's so we possibly could be getting into a tornado warning, as Chance said a moment ago. We'll wait and see what the weather service says, but it is on everybody's radar. This storm just west of Donovan, it does have rotation with it for sure, and the weather service is watching it as well. Let me see what they are saying. So they are saying that the rotation, it is broad, but they are keeping an eye on it. So the weather service does see the rotation. It is broad according to the weather service in Paducah. So we'll keep watching that storm as it continues, and still there. The rotation is still there. It's now crossed in to Ripley County. It is going to be northeast of Donovan.
I sent you a picture of what her model says at 7 o'clock.
All right. So right now we're looking at winds of 60 miles an hour possible with this storm. Also looking at some small hail as well. There's also other storms in northeast Arkansas, starting to get to northeast Arkansas. We're going to stay with the Paducah folks here and make sure that we don't miss anything because this storm, it did show a little bit better rotation a few moments ago. Not so much right now, but if you know somebody who lives in Poplar Bluff, also Donovan, Gatewood, Briar, Budapest, this storm is going to make its way in to your neck of the woods. This storm is coming in here in just a few moments. It is now in Ripley County. Let's look at some of the locations here along Highway 160 from the Carter or from the Ripley County line to about Donovan is going to be the worst of it right now. We're talking about the potential, and you hear that sound you hear in the background is my notifications going off. Let me look at see if we can see any more rotation with this storm and
Again,
still
tornado.
the rotation chance. Still seeing the rotation northeast of Donovan along Highway 160.
I do see getting a tornado warned very soon. So
Weather Service is watching that tight rotation or that rotation as well. Let's see here what they're saying. New comment. Tracking. So yeah, so it's definitely, even though it is not a warning yet, the rotation near Donovan is something to really watch out for. I'm going to treat this as even though it's not a warning, it's just a severe thunderstorm warning. What I do want to do is we're going to go ahead and break in on the radio, and I want to make sure people know that even though it's not a tornado warning, we're going to let folks know about this. We're going to go live on the radio as well. Good afternoon. It's 5:15, and I'm Frankie Castillo. We are breaking in to regular programming here to track a potential tornadic storm. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning. It is for Ripley County, also Butler County, and Carter County. And right now, here is the actual information on this storm. It is a possible tornado tag. It's in effect until 6 p.m. Locations with this storm, it does include Budapest, Gatewood, Hunter, Williamsville, also Milltown, Poplar Bluff, Elsinore, also Grandin, Briar, Handy, and Donovan. It is a severe thunderstorm warning right now for those locations. However, we are tracking the rotation with this storm, and there is some pretty tight rotation northeast of Donovan. It is along just north of Highway 160. It is heading toward the Grandin area between Grandin and Elsinore. That is the current location of the rotation with this storm. So far, we have no ground truth, just all Doppler radar indicated. It is a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of our region. And right now, we are waiting for maybe new updates from the Weather Service office out of Paducah. So far, we have not got that. We are now getting some right now. It is, rotation for Ripley County in the northwestern part of Ripley County. It is heading toward once again, heading toward Grandin and Elsinore area. Once again, we don't have any confirmation, obviously, other than what the Weather Service office in Paducah says. We're also going to be live here in just a moment on Clear 94. We want to make sure that we warn folks here, whether you live in the northwestern parts of Ripley County or Grandin, Elsinore area, this storm is going to be heading in your direction. So far, it is a severe thunderstorm warning, and Paducah is now going to be upgrading that cell to a tornado warning as we speak. So that's going to be coming down the pike. They are watching our feed as well. And I appreciate Jeff Anglin letting them know there is a brand new tornado warning now, has just been issued. It is a tornado warning for southeastern Carter County in southeast Missouri and northern Ripley County in southeastern Missouri until 6 p.m. at 5:17. A severe storm capable of producing a tornado. It was located near Handy, or 17 miles northwest of Doniphan. It is moving northeast at 35 miles an hour. Locations in this storm, they include Handy at around 5:25, Hunter coming up at 5:35, and Elsinore at around 5:45 this afternoon. It is a tornado warning that is now in effect for portions of our area. This is all radar indicator right now. So if you know somebody who lives in these areas, please make sure and let them know they've got a tornado warning in their area, and this storm is heading your direction. We are live right now on Today's Talk KWOC. We are live on Z95 The Bone and Clear 94. It is weak rotation, but it is there. Let's go ahead now and let's put that velocity back on to kind of let you know where the rotation is, and it is still just west of the Grandin area. It's not going to be, I think it's going to miss most of Butler County, but if you live between Grandin and Elsinore, this storm is going to be impacting your area. We're talking about quarter size hail. We're talking about some strong wind gusts with this storm. The strongest part of this storm is riding right now the Ripley Carter County line. That's where the hail core is. And then, of course, just northwest of Doniphan is where the strongest part of this storm is. It continues to move off to the northeast at around 35 miles an hour. So far, we have no confirmations of any tornadoes. It is strictly Doppler radar indicated. By the way, we are streaming live video right now on our Facebook page at Today's Talk KWOC, as well as our YouTube channel by going to youtube.com/River Radio PB. The Weather Service out of Paducah just now upgrading this severe thunderstorm warning to a tornado warning. It is in effect right now until 6 p.m. for the northern parts of Ripley County and southern parts of Carter County. Right now, the strongest part of this storm, it is between Doniphan and Grandin along Highway 160, also Highway 21 coming up. Once again, we are checking multiple sources here for the Weather Service. Nothing right now. Tornado sirens, thank you, Brian. Tornado sirens are going off right now in Elsinore because of this tornado warned storm that is in the area. And right now, talking to the Weather Service office right now in Paducah, they have no confirmations of any tornado touchdowns. It is strictly Doppler radar indicated. And we're going to look at that rotation once again and see if we still see it or if it's gone away and we still see that rotation. I've got to redo my map here. There we go. So the rotation now is just west of Highway 21. It is getting close now to the Carter and Ripley County line. It continues to move off to the northeast at around 35 miles an hour. So no confirmations here of any touchdowns as of right now. And if you know somebody who lives along Highway 21 between Doniphan and Grandin, make sure they know to get into their safe spot, as we do have a tornado warned storm in our area. So far, no confirmations of any touchdowns. We do have some reports of some small hail going on in northern Ripley County right now. Nothing too heavy right now. As I back out here, I pan out, there are still some other strong storms that are moving their way from northeast Arkansas, getting closer now to our region. But right now, the main threats here with this storm is going to be between Doniphan as well as Grandin. Lots of lightning with this storm. It is Doppler radar indicated. It is a rotation based storm on radar. No confirmations from any of the weather spotters in Ripley County or in Carter County as well. We are getting some information here. Yeah, Highway 21 right now is going to be, just in a few moments, is going to be the place you do not want to be on the highway with this storm coming in. It is broad rotation, but it is there. It has showed rotation the last several frames. Matter of fact, here as we go back in, for those of you watching on video, so the rotation, it is still there. It is broad. It is not too heavy, but it's right there just south of the Carter County line, getting into just west of Grandin. That's going to be, if there is a tornado, that's going to be where it is. Hopefully, there's not one. We don't have any confirmations. It is strictly just radar indicated, and this storm is moving off to about 35 miles an hour. This particular storm, if it holds together, it looks like it's going to miss Poplar Bluff. It might be affecting maybe the northwestern part of Butler County, but it's not going to be something that the city of Bluff will have to worry about here, at least on this round. However, that being said, there is also a storm to the west of Donovan right now. It's not severe, but if it holds together, it'll be impacting Butler County coming up in the next 30 or so minutes. Right now, our main concern is this storm is starting to get into southern Carter County. It is a tornado warned storm. It is a tornado warning now for northern Ripley, southern Carter counties until 6 p.m. And let's see if we have any updates here from the Weather Service in Paducah. We do not, as of right now. The last update was when they issued that tornado warning at 5:17, and that was for the tornado warning for these areas for Carter and Ripley counties here in southeast Missouri. Don't have any updates from local law enforcement as well. Been watching my phone, trying to make sure that reaching out to Sheriff Rad Talbert of Wayne of Ripley County, rather. And so far, nothing, no confirmations of any touchdowns or funnel clouds or whatnot. It is strictly Doppler radar indicated. This severe storm now is about to cross Highway 21, stretching all the way from Grandin down to just north of Donovan. We're looking at high winds right now of 60 miles an hour. We're also looking at potentially quarter-size hail and very dangerous lightning and very heavy rain as well. Tornado warning continues now for Carter County and Ripley County in southeast Missouri until 6 p.m. here this evening. And looking at the radar chat here from Paducah, we don't have any information of any touchdowns. We don't have any confirmations of any damage or whatnot. It is a strictly Doppler radar indicated. And this storm now, it is about to, it's actually getting on Highway 21 near Grandin right now. The severe part should stay just north of Donovan. However, that being said, we're watching this for the rotation part. Let's do a new scan on this storm and see. And we do have the rotation. It's a little bit stronger than what it was a few moments ago. It's just crossing in to Carter County. It is just west of Grandin right now. And that is something that we're going to be watching very carefully. I know the Weather Service office is. If there is a tornado, it's going to be right in that area just west of Grandin. More than likely, it will be a rain wrapped tornado. Getting some information now from a viewer now of some information on this particular storm just south or just west rather of the Grandin area. As soon as we're able to pull that up, we'll let you know what that says. In the meantime, we continue to track this storm as it makes its way now into the Grandin area. It's just north of Donovan. It is along Highway 21. No new information right now from the Weather Service out of Paducah. Still waiting for them to advise on a further with this storm further. And let's go ahead now and check the rotation on this storm. It's still there. It is coming in to the Grandin area right there on the Carter and Ripley County line. We're talking about high winds in excess of 60 miles an hour. We're talking about the potential of a quarter size hail. Now, the good news is, I guess, is the last couple of scans with this storm, we're not showing the hail core that we had earlier. But what we are still seeing is we are still seeing a pretty strong signature of some tight rotation with this storm. And we're going to keep watching this storm as it continues to march on to the northwestern parts of Butler County. I do think that the Weather Service might extend this tornado warning to maybe northwestern Butler County, and that would encompass from Elsinore all the way to the intersection of 67 and 60. I do not think that I think some of this storm will impact Poplar Bluff. I don't think that the tornado warn part of it, as of right now, is going to impact Poplar Bluff so much. But we're going to wait and see because this storm has gotten stronger, especially on the southern end. And that's the part that we're watching right now. But the main threats right now are going to be from Grandin, all the way down to just north of Donovan. And that's where that rotation has been consistent. And we're talking about very heavy winds right now of 60 miles an hour, very heavy rainfall, possibly even a little bit of hail with this storm. I know folks are starting to report some rain and thunder now that are just north of Poplar Bluff. And while we're live on the radio, let me go ahead real quickly and check our sources here of the Weather Service in Paducah and kind of see what they're thinking when it comes to this particular storm. And right now, what we are seeing on radar, it is a little bit of rotation. So there has been an update on this tornado warn storm. Let's get right into it. At 5:29, a severe storm capable of producing a tornado was located near Hunter, or about 12 miles south of Van Buren, still moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. This is a radar indicated tornado. Now, this dangerous storm will be near Hunter and Elsinore in about 5 minutes. It'll be there at 5:35. This is a Doppler radar indicated tornado. And once again, it continues to move off to the northeast at around 55 miles an hour. No confirmations of any kind of touchdowns or anything like that. Strictly Doppler radar indicated. The heaviest part of the storm right now, it is over the Grandin area. It is going to be making its way into Elsinore as well. I still think that even though they may or may not extend, I would say in the northern parts of Butler County, southern Wayne County as well, especially from Butler County, from just northwest of Poplar Bluff all the way to the county line, that is where the majority of this system is going to be. And in the meantime, as we look at the velocity here on this storm, we still see the rotation now over Grandin right now. And one thing about this storm, it continues to show rotation. The rotation now is in Carter County as it continues to move off to the northeast at about 55 miles an hour. We're also watching a storm that is just north of Piedmont. It is not severe yet, but the one in Reynolds County is. That storm is moving out of our viewing area. The main concern right now that we have is going to be between Grandin and Elsinore, and that'll be along Highway 21 here in Carter County. There is a strong storm in Ripley County moving into Butler County as well, but as of right now, we don't have any other warnings on that storm except for the tornado warning that is in the northern parts of Ripley and the central parts of Carter County, southeast part rather, of Carter County as well. We're going to stay on the radio side while we do have a tornado warning for these storms. That is our policy. Tornado warnings, we will go live on the radio, wall to wall, and we'll stay live on Facebook and YouTube. All right, so this is just coming in right now from the Weather Service office out of Paducah, the circulation has strengthened with the Carter County storm. It is now heading toward Hunter and Elsinore. So we talked about that a moment ago. Let's do the velocity once again, and let's see what they are seeing on radar. Yes, it is. So if you're listening on the radio right now, the rotation is going to be just over, or I should say, just east of Grandin right now. It looks like it's going to stay just south of Elsinore, but nevertheless, this storm continues to make its way in, and it is a tornado warn storm. The Weather Service office in Paducah is also seeing this strengthening circulation with this storm. So it would not surprise me a bit if the tornado warning is extended to maybe encompass a small part of Butler County and then a lot of Wayne County with this storm. The circulation has strengthened between Hunter and Elsinore. That is where the strongest part of the storm is right now, and that's on radar. No confirmations of any funnel clouds or tornadoes. It is strictly Doppler radar indicated. We're talking about wind gusts of possibly up to 60 miles an hour, and we're talking about also some small hail as well. Sheriff Rad Talbert letting me know so far there is no damage in Ripley County. We appreciate that, Sheriff. Thank you so much for that report. So that is good news. As of right now, no damage reported in Ripley County because of this storm that we have on currently ongoing. And we're going to keep watching this storm as it continues to move off to the northeast. And it would not surprise me at all to see another extension of this storm, or a tornado warning, rather, I should say, as it gets closer and closer now to Wayne County, as well as the northwest parts of Butler County. So this storm continues to move off to the northeast right now. And we're talking about it's 5:35 here on this Wednesday afternoon. So we'll see what the Weather Service does with this storm if they do continue to maybe continue it on or not. Right now, we're talking about this storm is currently in the Elsinore area as of right now. And the heaviest part of the storm is right along Highway 60 between the Butler County line and just west of Elsinore. That is where the strongest part of this storm is right now. We haven't heard any reports of damage. We have no reports as of right now of any power outages, and that is good news. I do know that we got information from the sheriff of Ripley County, Sheriff Talbert. He did let me know as of right now, there is no reports of any damage in the area. So that is some really good news. So we'll continue to watch this storm. We're going to look at the information coming in from the Weather Service. As of right now, no information if this storm is going, or the warning rather, is going to be extended or not. So we are waiting for the Weather Service office to make a decision on that. Right now, it is just a tornado warning that is in effect for Carter County, also in the very northern parts, rather, I should say, of Ripley County. I do expect the Weather Service to possibly extend this tornado warning a little bit. Let's check the velocity here, and let's see if, the rotation is still there. It is coming up on Highway 60 now, going to be just southwest of the Elsinore area. It is not as tight as it was a few moments ago, but still, there is the rotation. It is still there. We're being told now that lights have flickered in the Donovan area. Thank you very much for that. I would say, Summer, you live off of W Highway. Yes, I would go ahead and get in your safe spot, even though there is no tornado warnings right now in Butler County. We want to treat this as if there is, because there is rotation. The strongest part of this storm, it is moving into the Butler-Carter County line right now. It's only going to touch a very small portion of Butler County. Nevertheless, it's going to also impact those in Wayne County as well, especially south of Piedmont, going from Piedmont all the way down to Highway 67 to near Lake Wapapello. So we'll wait and see what the Weather Service office, what they decide to do with this storm, whether or not they decide to extend this tornado warning or if they will let it expire. But they're going to make a decision pretty quick here because this storm is now moving out of Carter County. It is moving into Wayne and portions of northern Butler County. So that's all what's going on right now with this storm. It is Doppler radar indicated. We're talking about winds in excess of 60 miles an hour. And of course, we're talking about possible quarter-size hail as well. We did get reports from Sheriff Talbot earlier on that there was no damage reported, although we do know that the lights did flicker in Donovan. We're also getting reports right now of lights flickering in Stringtown, and that is west of Poplar Bluff, and that is with a severe thunderstorm warning for that part of the county. So far, no actual power outages have been reported with this storm. Carter County, somebody's asking the same question that I was asking about Carter County warning going to be extended. We'll wait and see what the Weather Service office does say about that. So we're going to wait and see here. We should get a decision very quickly as the tornado right now is right in Elsinore. It's on the ground. If there is a tornado, it is in the Elsinore area right now. You should be in your safe spot in Elsinore as it continues to move off to the northeast. Will be affecting the southwestern parts of Wayne County here very shortly. But right now, Elsinore is seeing the worst of this storm. And we're getting looks like a reply here from the Weather Service on that storm in Carter County. And they are going to be extending that tornado warning. So we'll wait and get the actual text here. So the tornado warning is going to be extended here very, very shortly. More than likely, it's going to be in the southwest part of Wayne County. That is just what we're thinking right now as that storm is now moving in to that area. I'm going to drink the water here real fast. By the way, we are live on the radio. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube. Our policy is if we have tornado warned storms, we go live wall to wall on all of our stations, all at one time. And by the way, while this is going on, we have our for Poplar Bluff and Southern Butler County, also Stoddard County, you are not out of the woods as of yet. We still have some big time storms in northeast Arkansas. It is moving this direction as well. We'll wait and see how that all pans out. But right now, we are waiting for a new warning to drop. And that's going to be over in for this tornado warned storm. Let me see if there's any rotation with this storm. Let's see. Here's a new tornado warning now. It is a tornado warning for Butler County as well. And we're going to get you that text here. But right now, the rotation is right there in where we said it was going to be. Northwest Butler County is where that rotation is. And that is where the tornado warning is also going to be. Let's get you the new read here on this tornado warning. We're going to keep it here as the sirens are going off as well in Poplar Bluff. So here is the new warning. It is a tornado warning for northeastern Carter County in southeast Missouri, also Wayne County and northwestern Butler County in southeast Missouri until 6:30. At 5:40, a severe storm was capable of producing a tornado. It was located over Elsinore, or 14 miles south of Piedmont. It is moving northeast at 55 miles an hour. Locations in this storm will be by Brush Arbor and Williamsville coming in at around 5:45. Also Greenville at around 5:55. Lodi at 6:05. And Cascade will be in your area at around 6:10 here this afternoon or this evening. Right now, we do have, and by the way, other locations in this storm. It does include Mill Spring. Once again, a brand new tornado warning now in effect, and this will be in effect for northeastern Carter County, Wayne County, and northwestern Butler County and southeast Missouri, and that's going on until 6:30 this evening. Once again, It is a Doppler radar indicated tornado. We have no confirmations of any touchdowns currently in Poplar Bluff, or I should say anywhere really. And I know a lot of folks right now are hearing tornado sirens. The rule is if there is any tornado warnings in the county, you will hear tornado sirens, and that is what they are designed for, to make sure that we give a lot of warning right now. By the way, we are getting information right now, same time as this storm continues to move in. We are getting reports now of a traffic crash on Highway 60 West in Butler County. So obviously, we've got emergency crews on site of that crash scene, and we have a big time storm right now that is moving in the northwest part of Butler County, and then getting right into Wayne County. Let's go ahead now and check the velocity here on this storm. I'm also getting concerned with some storms that just to our south. They are moving in as well, so we're going to be watching those. But there is that rotation right there. If you're watching on video, you can see it perfectly. If you're not watching us on video, listen on the radio, it's just E of Elsinore is it's controlling the Wayne County line coming up here in a mere matter of moments. That is kind of what we're thinking right now. So as we continue to tornado is in area, and that'll be going on until 6:30 here this evening. We had some issues on our audio on the radio side. We had to bail off of that for just a minute until we get